The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie show on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is Free Kicks. So, Adam, this is a big show.
It is. It is.
Today's the day we get to go finally through all the World Cup teams and find out who's going where and what the groups are. We'll talk about it. We'll do some analysis. We also have a clip from the World Cup draw show, which I'd like to play for you. This is President Trump, and here's what he had to say.
In this country, we call it soccer, partner.
Yeah, it was a very, very embarrassing show. I'll say that. But let's focus on the better things. Because it is time for Free Kicks.
And now, Free Kicks. Free Kicks with Illinois Youth Soccer Association's Director of Coaching, Adam Howarth, and Rick Kemper.
So I'm one of those people that watch the entire show.
Yep, me too. Me too.
So about the 1 hour mark, I started screaming, just draw the names.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
It was brutal. That show was brutal.
It was a tough watch. I can tell you this, and I think I've read so many different commentaries from so many different people and different things, but our singer at the beginning, the fantastic opera singer, he sounded like the only one that rehearsed. I can tell you that.
It's so true.
I think everybody else looked like they just kind of got together and will do it. I mean, obviously, you've got two soccer connoisseurs in Kevin Hart and Heidi Klum. I mean, why wouldn't you pick those two people? I mean, those guys are just... I mean, when you think of soccer, that's automatically who you think of. So I was a bit taken aback on that. And then, like you said, everything else was just nuts. And
also for the draws of the teams, you brought in the huge soccer superstars, Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal and Wayne Gretzky. And then a baseball guy, Aaron Judge. And, the rest of the world is like, ooh, they got Aaron Judge, who they've never heard of.
Exactly. The only one I'd be okay with is at least Tom Brady he's part owner of Birmingham, so there's some soccer there. But hey, you could have got Ryan Reynolds out there. You could have got a whole bunch of different people more in the soccer, who would definitely be heavily involved. Hey, Snoop Dogg he owns part of Swansea City.
That's right. There's a bunch of guys. Will Ferrell. Exactly
right. Yeah, Will Ferrell would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
If only we were in charge. It
was rough. I mean, and then they're doing interviews in the crowd where they ask the questions in English and the person answers in another language and there's no translation provided. They have no idea what they're saying.
Exactly. I did notice that too. Yeah, that was a tough watch as well.
Yeah. All right. Get your act together, FIFA. I'm not even going to bring up the imaginary trophy that they gave to the president. Let's talk about the games instead. How about that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So we have our groups now. And why don't we just go over all the groups? Because there's lots to talk about.
Sure.
One of the home teams is obviously Mexico, and they're in Group A. They'll be playing the very first game. And I believe the first game is going to be against South Africa.
That's right, yeah. Which was the first game when South Africa hosted, ironically.
Yeah.
Two teams,
In 2010. I was at that World Cup. So, all right, so we got Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and then the Euro Playoff D. Which actually is probably going to bring another pretty good team into this bracket. You've got either Denmark, North Macedonia, Czechia, or Republic of Ireland.
Right.
Any of those teams could advance very easily, I think.
No question. Yeah. I think they jumping in there. That's not an overly tough group. You're right.
So the other thing we should talk about is how many teams make it to the next round, because really this first round is only eliminating a few teams.
Yeah, yeah. You got 48 to start with, and then you jump down to 32. So the top two in every group will qualify, and then some third place. So you're actually then just down to 32 teams. So 16 basically will get knocked out that first go around.
Okay, and there are 12 brackets. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So who are the two teams that you think are definitely going through in this round?
In the Group A?
Group A.
Yeah, I would definitely say Mexico's probably going to go through. South Korea, potentially could be, and I think it's between South Korea and whoever comes through the playoff. So, but definitely Mexico and one of those two teams. South Africa, probably not so much.
And if you want to see any of those games, they'll be playing in Atlanta, Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey. Mm-hmm. Group B is the Canadian group, and this is, I think, a pretty tough group.
Yeah,
it's Canada, the Euro playoff A, which includes Italy as a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the other teams: Northern Ireland, Wales, Bosnia. I think it's going to be Italy. They will, and also Qatar, who hosted the last one,
right.
And Switzerland, which is probably the best team of the second tier teams. Mm-hmm. That's a tough group.
I agree. I think Canada will be doing very well to get out of that in the top two. I think they'll definitely make it as a third place team, just because I think just the home team advantage and all that stuff.
Right.
I think there's definitely going to be something of that. So whether or not they get in the top two might be difficult. It's really, really unsure because you don't know who's going to be in that playoff. But if you think Italy, and again, remember, Italy hasn't qualified for the last two World Cups.
That's true.
I mean, 3 World Cups. I mean, these guys have won the World Cup 3 times, for goodness sake. So, it's just hard to say. I'd say Italy, if they make it, they'll go through. Switzerland, and then Canada makes the third place.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
And if you want to see those games, they'll be in Los Angeles, Santa Clara, Seattle, Toronto, Vancouver.
Yeah.
All right, Group C. This is Brazil's group, and I think this is a pretty tough group too.
For sure.
We've got Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. Boy, those Scots got a bad draw there, didn't they?
A lot of Scottish friends. I feel bad for them. And it's so funny because it seems like they always get the Brazilians in group play. Yeah. They did it in 82. I remember that game clearly. And back in, I think it may have even been 78 as well. So, it's there's a couple of videos going around there how they play against Brazil. They scored the first goal and the Scottish comment, oh, what have they done? They've made it worse. They've scored first. Now the Brazilians are going to be even angrier.
You poked the bear.
You're exactly right. But yeah, so I think definitely Brazil. I think definitely Morocco. Morocco is going to be a very good team. And then I think if Scotland gets it through as the third place, I think they'll be doing well.
Right. Haiti is the team that almost certainly will not go.
I think they're just happy to be there as a few others. Yeah.
And they haven't been there in years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a long time. So hopefully 3 points for Scotland there in that game.
Okay, so Group D is the United States group, and I think this is a pretty easy group.
I agree.
United States, Paraguay, who they just beat in a friendly recently. Paraguay, one of the weaker South American teams. Australia, you never know exactly what you're going to get with Australia, but usually nothing great. And then Euro playoff C. Now there could be a good team there. Turkey's not bad. Mm-hmm. Romania is not terrible. So you got Slovakia, Kosovo.
Right. Yeah. I think Australia, certainly United States. This is one for them to win. I think they should be very happy with the draw. Glad they got a good draw. I think they can win this group.
I think so too.
I think they can, which would really set them up down the road. So that'd be great.
And they have it set up so if they do win this, their second round would be against the third place team.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly.
All right, and who's the other team you think is going through there?
I think probably I would say that playoff team, one of those playoff teams, I think might squeak through. This might be a group where a third place team doesn't go through, possibly.
Okay. If you want to see any of those games, good luck, is what I'm going to say. Los Angeles, Santa Clara, Seattle, and Vancouver. I think the United States is playing against Australia in Seattle, and their other two games are in Southern California. So, all right, Group E is Germany's group, and I got to say, as a German, pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this group.
Oh yeah. Definitely got to be happy. I mean, you're playing against a country that's got 150,000 people in it, for goodness sake. So,
right.
Curacao is extremely happy to be there, to say the least.
That's right.
And so that should be okay. I mean, Ivory Coast, though. I mean, they've got some. They've always had a few players here and there. Could definitely cause some problems. And Ecuador. Got my player Casiedo there, who's holding up. So he's certainly one of the best players in the world. So yeah, it could be some tough ones, but you would definitely expect Germany to win that group. And I would probably say Ecuador and Ivory Coast potentially go through. Second team, I think they'll be finally out for second.
Yeah, I think Germany definitely goes through. They may not win this bracket. Ecuador is pretty tough. Mm-hmm. But they're definitely going through to the next round. And if you want to see any of those games, which I will want to do, that's East Rutherford, New Jersey, Houston, Kansas City, Philadelphia, or Toronto. All right, so Group F. This, I thought when I watched it live, I thought this was not a very difficult group. But then, I'm looking at some of these possible playoff teams here. This one could be tough, too. Netherlands... Japan, and then Euro Playoff B, which is either Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, or Albania. Now, one of those could be pretty good. And then Tunisia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Holland, obviously, certainly one of the top countries in the world. Certainly got the players. I think they are definitely got to be favourites, and I think even Japan too. I think you can definitely put them into the mix. Tunisia, I don't know too much about. Probably, maybe struggling, and I think that UEFA team will probably get that third place.
Yeah, agreed. All right, Group G. Oh, by the way, and if you want to see those games, they're in Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, and Monterrey, Mexico. Group G is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
Yeah,
your thoughts?
Interesting one. Yeah, Belgium, I mean, obviously have done so well in previous World Cups. Maybe their golden generation's kind of gone past them a little bit, but maybe this might be a group of players that you don't expect. This is probably going to be Kevin De Bruyne's final World Cup, I would think. And we got Doku there on the outside, so I think it's definitely Belgium. Probably an easy group for them, to be fair. I think this might be another group where a third team doesn't go through. I would probably, second team, it's a tough one. I mean, all three of I would say all three of those would be very similar. I think on what I know, possibly Egypt, just because of Mo Salah, but who knows? Is he going to be playing? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit here. So if you want to see any of those games, and you know what, if you think about it, if you really want to go to a World Cup game and you don't want to shell out a gazillion dollars, this might be the group to go see.
Yeah.
They're in Los Angeles, Seattle, and Vancouver. All three great places to visit. Just throwing that out there. The ticket prices might be easier to deal with. All right, so Group H is Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Mm-hmm. I think Spain is not going to have any issues.
Yeah, they got to be happy with that draw. Spain all the way, probably Uruguay in second spot, although they struggled against US just recently. Yeah. And then Saudi Arabia maybe, but again, Cape Verde probably just happy to be there.
Yes, and games are in Atlanta, Miami, Guadalajara, and Houston. Mm-hmm. By the way, Guadalajara in the summer is going to be brutal.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Group I. Yeah. This is the French group. And It's a pretty tough group.
I totally agree. Totally agree. If there's a group of death, this would be the closest one. And if you add that FIFA playoff group team in there as well.
Yeah. So you've got France. You got Senegal, which is the best African country, right?
Sure.
And then the FIFA playoff group, which is either Bolivia, Suriname, or Iraq. And I'm probably Bolivia. But who knows? It could be any of those three. And then the big one, Norway. That's the one that I was dreading the Americans or the Germans getting. I'm so happy that they're in this group instead.
I agree. I think it's a tough group for the French and France, Senegal. If you listen to Thierry Henry on the commentary there, he said that's going to be a big game because it's a big rivalry match, obviously, with a lot of Senegalese in France, and it's going to be their little World Cup for them as well. And they have a history of beating them in the previously too. So I think it's going to be France, Norway, Senegal goes through. So I think all three of those teams will go through. That's a easy way. It's just where they fall in. I still think France wins the group though.
I think so too. They're just so powerful. They got to be one of the favorites to win it all.
One of the top 4 seeds. Yeah,
and they're in Boston, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Philadelphia, or Toronto. Group J, we still got 3 more groups here. Group J, Argentina's group. So now they had it set up so Argentina was on one side of the bracket and Spain is on the other side of the bracket, right? So those are the 2 top seeds. But I think Argentina's going to be happy with this group. You've got Algeria, Austria, and Jordan.
I agree. Definitely easy through there. I mean, Austria have got a great young group of players. They just recently lost in the final of the Under-17 World Cup. So they've got some great players coming through. Maybe it's a little bit ahead of their time right now. But Argentina, Austria, and then maybe a third place out of that group. We'll see.
I actually saw Austria play in Berlin last summer.
Yeah.
And Euros, and they look pretty good. I mean, they've got some talent on that team. But Algeria and Jordan, if you want to see any of those groups, any of those teams, Dallas, Kansas City, and Santa Clara are the places. Boy, there's nothing near us at all, is there?
It's tough.
Yeah. Group K is Ronaldo's group for his final World Cup. You got Portugal. You get the FIFA Playoff 1 team, which is either Jamaica, Congo, or New Caledonia. Then you've got Uzbekistan and you've got Colombia. This is a pretty easy group for Portugal.
Well, yeah, no question. Portugal, Colombia, those are the 2 teams going through there. Maybe no third place. Yeah, Portugal's got to be ecstatic with that draw.
Atlanta, Guadalajara, Houston, Mexico City, and Miami is where those teams are playing. And then the final group here, this is the English group. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a pretty easy group. But the more I think about it, it's really not.
I totally agree with you. People say, oh, England, another easy draw. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so at all. I mean, there's some tough... Croatia, runners-up, if you don't remember, not too long ago. Ghana... I mean, every time I watch Semenyo play, and I watched him the other day, that guy is a handful. He's really, really good. I mean, there's some good Ghana players. And Panama, probably the weakest of the group. But, I think England's got enough to go through. But I think this is going to be a group where 3 teams go through. Croatia and Ghana, certainly. Panama may be the weakest team.
So where are you going to go see them? You got Boston, Dallas, Philadelphia, or Toronto?
Well, I think they're in New York City as well, New Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking at trying to see, and England plays on my birthday, so that could be a good one. So we're in discussions, family discussions about that one.
Well, before we finish this topic, we should talk about the ticket prices.
Yeah, that's the issue.
And this is an issue because I went looking also because I want to go see Germany or America, but America, there's just no chance. I mean, the cost is going to be just insane. And Argentina and Portugal, their prices are 300% higher after the draw. Some went up by 500%. And the finals are going to be insane. The New York Times called it the least affordable finals in history.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Yeah, it's very frustrating. You know, I mean, you want kids to go watch games, right? You want the younger generation to be able to see this, and unfortunately, with this dynamic pricing that they do for a lot of concerts similar to this as well, it's just like you pay through the roof, and then at the end, it's like, yeah, you might get a ticket for $20.
Right.
You just don't know, and it's really frustrating to see. So hopefully you and I can get to a game and experience it here in the United States, but not holding out. We'll see.
Okay. Well, this will be a story to follow. Nothing really happens here until March when they do those final playoff games. And then we'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's talk about something we almost never talk about on the show, the MLS.
Yeah.
The final was this past weekend. It was actually a very good game. I watched it.
Okay.
And Messi, I don't know. I think this kid's going to make it.
He's okay. He's all right. I mean, let's be honest. When you think about winning everything, pretty much now has ticked every box. I mean, you can argue he's the greatest player of all time. I mean, he's won the World Cup. He's won the South American championships. He's also won Champions League, the Ballon d'Or. And now he's got the MLS Cup on top of it as well. So amazing. It really
and he
is
set
amazing.
all kinds of records. I mean, he had 6 goals and 9 assists in the playoffs. And there was an assist for the third goal. I don't know if you saw the highlight of this, where he chested it and just volleyed it over the head of the guy next to him, right to the head of his teammate, who knocked it down to the ground and volleyed it in. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. For being 38, he still can do those things. It's amazing. It really is.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Inter Miami.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you normally talk about the Premier League, and we're not going to do a deep dive, but there's two big stories I want to talk about.
Sure.
One is Mo Salah.
Yeah.
This is the biggest story in England right now. Mo Salah did an interview. I'm not going to play it. It was like 45 seconds of. He's pretty mad. He's pretty mad that they have relegated him to the bench.
Yeah.
And he said he got promises from the manager that he was allowed to stay up on offense because they wanted him to be a dagger, and didn't have to come back and defend. And now he's being benched because he doesn't defend. And where are you? And Jamie Carragher's like out there ripping him, and the fans seem to be on the side of the coach somehow. Mo Salah won the Golden Boot last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really weird one because I can see both sides here. I mean, there's no question he should never have come out and said all the stuff that he did. Yeah. Even if he's unhappy, there's a time and a place. But then again, you could argue that why are you dropping Salah? You could drop half the other team players too. So it's not just him; it's everybody else. It's Van Dijk. It's everybody else. So
it's not like you're killing people without him.
Exactly. So when you look at it, I can see it. But again, what promises were made, we're not sure. We don't know all those inner details. But it was probably not the right time on his part. And I can see that's why the fans are upset. If he maybe would have just kept his mouth shut and just got on with it, maybe that would have also helped lament his legacy, because he is a legacy at that club. And I think this is the problem that's going to be, is it's going to hurt his legacy a little bit. And that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough because, I mean, he was just frustrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a superstar. He's one of, the most famous players in the world. He's not accustomed to sitting on the bench. And this last game, he didn't even get in as a sub.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he's not going to the European game this week, the Champions League. So he's already not traveling with the team after that outburst.
Yeah.
So something's going to have to come to a head. I think Arne Slot was very politically correct in saying, yeah, the door's going to be potentially open again.
Yeah.
But is he coming back? I mean, the Saudi Arabian clubs are just ready to jump in and sign him. So
it's so sad.
It's a sad way to finish. That's the frustrating part. If that is what happens.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
well, he told his parents to come to the Brighton game because it'll probably be his last game at Anfield.
Wow.
That's not good. That's not good.
No.
Well, I was also going to talk about Aston Villa, but the show's running a little long, so I'm going to skip talking about Aston Villa.
Yeah, Aston Villa's not that important.
They're not
really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing fine. They're doing okay. Good win, Matty Cash. Superstar from Slough, taking care of business.
I thought he was from Poland. Wait a minute, he's on the Polish national team.
He's got Polish grandparents. That's how you qualify these days. His grandparents, Rizard something was his last name. But good for Aston Villa though. They're doing well.
Yeah, I mean it's a race now. A couple weeks ago we were talking about how Arsenal's got it clinched. No, not so much. They only have a 2-point lead right now on Man City. So
Man City's doing all right too. Yeah,
and Villa's right behind them. All right. So I usually do a stat of the week. I think I'm going to skip the stat of the week this week. I had a good World Cup one, but I'll save it. We'll use it another time.
That's fine.
Free Kicks is brought to you by the Illinois Youth Soccer Association.
Illinois Youth Soccer has been proudly serving the Illinois soccer community since 1975 and has a strong history of credibility. Illinois Youth Soccer is a non-profit corporation, official state association and charter member of the U.S. Soccer Federation, administers U.S. Soccer Federation coaching programs, the Olympic Development Program, and referee programs. For more information, go to illinoisyouthsoccer.org.
Any Chicago area news this week?
Yes, we do.
Okay, hang on one second.
And now, the latest Chicago area soccer news. Soccer news. With Coach Adam. Coach Adam.
Okay, Coach Adam.
Yeah, so excited for our players who are with our Olympic development program. So some of those players are getting ready for some games in 2 weeks. So they're going to be playing in Indianapolis. So wish them all the best of luck. And want to also give a nice shout out to the teams that competed this past weekend. We had a couple of games against some of the Chicago Fire Academy teams. Some great games, very competitive. So really good for them to go up against them. Also, this past week was able to get a nice little tour of the new Chicago Fire facility that they have downtown. Got the 3 turf fields plus also the grass fields for the first team. It's an amazing setup, $110 million. And then they're preparing for their new stadium too, which is exciting as well. So things are very exciting for the Fire in terms of the development of adding different things. And then coaching education. Again, we got a course coming up here on the 18th in Schaumburg. It's a blended course, so if people still need to get that course done before Christmas, get it off your Christmas list, take it down, take it done, get it done. Contact me at doc@illinoisyouthsoccer.org if you need some help with that.
Okay. Time for your favorite feature.
Time now to guess the Premier League star.
Okay, so this week's Premier League star is 28 years old, so been around. I'm going to tell you the town he was born in. You ready?
All right.
He was born in Mar del Plata.
Okay, so is that a Spanish town?
I'm not going to tell you what country it is. That's the town. He is with his second Premier League team. The other one that he was on is no longer in the Premier League. They're in the championship. I think they're still in the championship. This current team is one of the top 5 teams in the standings right now.
Okay.
And he's their number 10. He's an attacking midfielder. He wears number 10.
Okay. All right.
He comes from the same country as his goalkeeper. and the same country as two of the stars from this past weekend's MLS Cup.
All right, so he's an Argentinian player, is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you said he wears number 10.
Yeah.
So who's the number 10 for one of the top 5 teams? That's the question.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a surprise to you. He only has 2 caps for his national team, so he's not really like, he's not the number 10, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the player that's coming to mind, would he be a player with Aston Villa? Would that be correct?
He would be.
And he scored a very big goal this past weekend, right in the last minute.
That's the guy.
And interestingly enough, he was looking to leave. They were going to get rid of him, but he wanted to stay to fight for his place. So I'll give him a lot of credit. So has to be Buendia. Is that correct?
Buendia, Emiliano.
Yeah,
Buendia. That's right. Yeah, he had his bags packed for Leverkusen. He was ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he worked his way back into the lineup and, got the game-winning goal. It was kind of a cheapie, I'll be honest. But who cares?
I tell you what, though, when I watch him play, and I think he's been hampered a bit with injuries a little bit too.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a challenge, and I'm sure our Aston Villa expert will give us more details on that. But I think he's a really good player. I really do. I think he's definitely a difference maker. You don't just get the number 10 shirt just because you're average. So they obviously expected some things out of him, and I think he's been hampered with injury, but I think he's starting to reestablish himself now as a bit of a regular in the first team. So good for him.
Yep. All right, it's time for this.
Now time for Adam's Weekend Soccer TV Tip.
Okay, what should we be watching this weekend?
I tell you what, this was a tough one because when you look at the games, there's not one that really stands. There's one that stands out, but it's not one that has been played in a long time. So I'm going to give you 2.
Okay.
Saturday's game, I think, is going to be a big one, and I think just because we need to watch it to see what happens with Mo Salah, Liverpool versus Brighton, which I think will still be a very good game anyway. And like you said, it could be Mo Salah's last game. So I think we need to tune into that. That's 9 a.m. on Saturday.
And Liverpool always has a hard time with Brighton. So.
Yes, they do. They do. But I think the game that people need to watch, and if they're not too aware of this hasn't been played in a long time. And I'll have to go back in the history books as to when they played it last. Sunday. This is going to be a huge game from a atmosphere standpoint. Sunderland, Newcastle, 8 a.m. on Sunday. Probably one of the bigger rivalries you're going to get between two cities in the northern part of England. This is going to be really, really intense game. So tune into that one on Sunday, 8 a.m., Sunderland, Newcastle. That's going to be a good one for sure.
Is it at Sunderland or?
It's at Sunderland, yes.
Boy.
It's at the Stadium Light, which is going to be absolutely rocking. 45,000 people will be going absolutely crazy. So it's going to be a really, really good game. So, and you can throw out anything, and Sunderland's obviously having a good season this year, probably better than they expected. And Newcastle's still figuring things out, but have had some good results lately. So that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I'm in for that one. Sounds good. All right, Free Kicks is brought to you by Green White Soccer Club. I was just there last night. Had to shovel the walkway to get into the clubhouse. Had a league meeting there for the over 50s and over 60s. And by the way, we will now have an over 60 team at Green White.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I can't believe it. Maybe it's time for me to come back. No, it's not. All right. So if you want to find out more about Green White Soccer, we have a thriving youth program. I believe U8 through, high school, and then all of our adults teams. Go to greenwhitesoccer.org. All right, we have people to thank. We need to thank our executive producer, Tony Lasano, with Opie Shows. We need to thank Ed Silla, the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Great Talk Radio isn't dead. It just moved to a better place, which is radiomisfits.com. And also the FIFA Peace Prize winner, President Donald Trump. Congratulations. I see he's got it prominently displayed in the Oval Office. That's not a joke. It's on his desk right now. So congratulations to him. And are we coming back next week?
Of course we are.
We're
yes.
coming back next week with a brand new episode of Free Kicks.
The proceeding was a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Find our other great shows on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at RadioMisfits.com. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?